Hey, it's Sarah with the Happy Hootie. I'm here to give an update on my S5 Pro Tineco that I got. It's been about 8 months since I got it, and I've had a lot of questions, so I wanted to give you a rundown as to what I think about it. Overall, I love the machine. It still saves a ton of time in my house. There are a lot of great things about it, some bad things, but the good definitely outweigh the bad. Just to give an overview, if you guys do not have one on how to use it, there's a power button over here. So you would just kick it on. It turns on the screen. It tells you how much % battery you have left, what mode you're in. You can push the little power or the button up above here. It's got a bunch of dots on it. You can switch it to your max mode. That's if you have a really big spill or big issue that you want to make sure it's powerful. A lot of times I do it around like in the bathroom or heavy kitchen areas that I feel need some more attention. And on the Pro, you actually get the suction. I have used this several times. Actually, just last week, I spilled about a gallon of water on the floor, and I picked it up and I ran it all over my counter because that was easier than a bunch of rags. And then I ran it down the floor and picked all that up too. And it was amazing. I didn't waste all my paper towels. I didn't have a load of laundry after that. All I had to do was just empty it out. So whenever you do the machine, all you have to do is just push down on it and it starts to go.
Shut it down. Power off.
It is very quiet as it runs through. So you can still, I like to listen to music when I clean, so I can still hear my music and go and do my thing. With having the S5 Pro and just the regular S5, it actually has this edge cleaning where it goes all the way up to one edge, all the way to the corner. So it will get way over here on this side, but not on this side. So we can go off and hit this area. One of the other things that I really enjoy about this is how lightweight it is. I have a 2-leveled house, so I have to go downstairs to mop as well. And I can just easily pick this up and take it downstairs with me, and it's not struggling like a regular vacuum cleaner or taking a big mop and water bucket and everything else and carrying it all downstairs. It's very portable and easy to move. Some people have asked, can you use it on carpet? And I would say no, because this rollerblade is wet. So you're gonna end up getting water down into your carpet, which is gonna cause a lot more problems. So I would not recommend doing that. We've also been asked if you can use other cleaners in the machine. I've tried all sorts of different things because I like to try to save money. So if there's a way for me not to buy the actual Tineco solution, I'm for it. But I would actually recommend the Tineco. That overall has been the best on the machine. We've tried the essential oils, and it left a ring on them. Back here. It left a ring that made it, it's obviously machine does not like that. So I would just use the Tineco solution, and that way the machine is running properly. There's no oils that are gonna mess up the actual workings of the machine. It used to take me about 2 hours, maybe even more, with sweeping and then mopping to do my house. Now it takes me around 45 minutes. And I still have enough battery, but I'll charge it for 30 minutes to an hour, and then I can go do downstairs in about 15 minutes. Like, it does not take near the amount of time that it used to. So I really appreciate that aspect of it as far as the timing. Okay, so in my house, the counters, they actually have this little area that's above the ground. So this is too high to fit underneath there. So I have to take an extra cleaner. Whenever I clean in here, I get a rag and I wipe underneath of all of this area. So it is an extra step, which is kind of annoying, but this then comes through and picks up all the dirt and mess. So I'll show you how it just doesn't reach it.
outer rim.
Little rocks. My kids bring little rocks in from school playgrounds and things. It does not like the rocks. It will eventually pick them up, but I feel like it's going to scratch the wood or hurt the floor in some way if I kind of keep grinding over it. Some of the dog hair, we have 2 Shih Tzus, and I comb them or brush them, cut their hair. Their hair is everywhere. It definitely picks it all up, but you have to clean it a lot more often with that hair. So if you have a really long-haired dog that is shedding all the time, you're going to be cleaning the machine a lot more often because it does get gummed up in the roller blade and in the top of the machine and the filter and everything else. So it does work, but kind of use with caution with how much dog hair you're going to put in there. The only other bad thing that I don't like is I wish they would have had the bar go all the way to the edge or something, because it is, you hit corners and then you know you can't get to that corner without circling the whole thing back around and try to get that side, so you'll see this line of dust. And if you're like me, you are in the same, habit of going the same way of cleaning your house, and then you always have this one line of dust as to where the machine was facing. Also in corners, it doesn't hit the corners. So whenever I get my rag to go underneath of these cabinets, a lot of times I'll just quickly hit the parts that I know that I'm not getting every week with this thing. One of the things I do not like that kind of annoys me is as you're going, it wants you to clean it out all the time. It says, do the self-cleaning process, and I barely had it going. It was only down to maybe 70% battery, 60% battery, and it wants me to stop, take it to the charger, and run the self-cleaning. Sometimes I'll stop depending on where I am in my house. Most of the time I'll just finish up the room and then I'll bring it over to run the process. I don't know if I've sucked up too much dog hair or what I've done, but it does go off a lot more than I thought it would. But even with stopping and having to clean it and all that, it used to take me about 2 hours, maybe even more, with sweeping and then mopping to do my house. Now it takes me around 45 minutes. Okay, so I just finished doing the upstairs of my house. It cut my time in half from what I used to do. Like I said, it takes between 30 to 45 minutes depending on how many toys I have to pick up as I'm mopping. So, time goes on how kids work. But a lot of people complain about how long it takes to clean the machine afterwards, that it's just not worth it. With this, it takes less than 5 minutes, and most of that time is spent just sitting on the machine, just doing the self-cleaning. So I'm going to take it over here and run the self-cleaning. Now that I'm done, all that does is it takes and runs all of the little tubes, and it flushes all of the material out of the tube. So we're going to set it on here.
Charging has commenced. Auto detecting whether to run self-cleaning cycle. Please clean dirty water tank.
So I'm going to hit the self-cleaning cycle, which is right up here.
Start self-cleaning.
And then it just runs through it. So this is the longest time that it takes to actually clean it. During this time, I walk away and I pick up something else or I do something else, because it alerts you whenever it's finished.
Self-cleaning cycle complete. Please clean dirty water tank.
Okay, and at this point, then wherever I am, I can hear it. And I come over here and I pull out my dirty water tank. And as you can see, it's filled with dog hair and mulch and dirt and everything else. I do not want to put this down in my sink because I've tried, and my husband's done it not knowing that he shouldn't. And little bitty rocks that are in there go in the garbage disposal, and I end up having to try to fish all those out. They're not fun. So I just take it outside and I throw it outside. And just give plants a good watering. And then I got still dirty, so I am still gonna go in and clean all this mess out, but I'm also gonna come in here and grab those other pieces as well. If I notice any sort of hairs or anything, I will come in here and just make sure that any hair's been pulled out. If you get a lot of dog hair, or if you have children with longer hair, you have longer hair and you're doing the bathrooms, it does pick up long hairs, and sometimes it does get stuck in the chute there. So just kind of look at that. Otherwise, you just pinch this together and this slides right off. So you wanna make sure you get all that cleaned off. And then the roller blade just slides out. And here's what I was talking about with the hair. It sticks onto there pretty good. So I always come through and just kind of make sure that that's off of here for next time. And then I just take this over to the sink and we clean it. So I've got my little canister, my dirty canister, and I actually use my Happy Hootie sink rinser to clean it. Just make sure you cover up this hole at the bottom or you're gonna have water everywhere. So this blasts off like anything from cups and wine glasses, bottles. So I figured why not use it this way? And you just stick it on here, you cover up the top and you push down. And it just blasts the whole inside and gets it all cleaned up real nice for me. Clean. Okay, so that was easy. And then on here, take the filter part out and just rinse that out and just kind of run it over with my fingers and just make sure that's cleaned up. My roller blade, same thing. I just run the water through it, pull my hands around through it and just make sure any particles are out of there. And I wring it dry. And then fluff it back up a little bit so it dries faster. And same thing with the cover. And just run the water over it. Kind of glide my hands on it just to get all the stuck on stuff. And that's it. So I don't reassemble it right away. I let it all air dry. You can take the time and use a rag and clean it all up. I just don't. I don't really have a reason why. I guess just time and speed. I'm not gonna go clean right away again. So it can air dry and I'll just put it back together later. All right, so in conclusion, the machine is great. I absolutely love it. So would I buy it again? Absolutely yes. I don't, even when this one goes out, I would go buy another one or buy the newer version because it has saved me so much time and so much hassle. And I know my floors are clean. I'm not cleaning it with dirty water. I don't see extra pieces that I miss with my broom. I know they're clean. So yes, I would absolutely buy this one. Would I buy the Pro? Yes, because I spill, my kids spill, and I use the suction version a lot on it. We've had people ask if you can use the suction version just to a dry mop on it. I don't see why not, but I've never done it. So use with caution, I guess, with that. I'm not sure as far as just using it as a dry mop. Was it worth the price? Yes, I believe it is because I barely use any cleaner. And it's all about how much time I'm saving. So the time that I'm not cleaning, I can go play with my kids, or I can go out and garden, or run errands, or really anything else than cleaning. So yes, it's worth the time because time is money. So that saved my time, I spent the money, and I'm very happy with my purchase. So overall, great machine, highly recommend it. We will put the link up in the description, so you guys can look at it as well. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.